ponen la canción, le da una depresión.
Si te invito a una copa y me acerco a tu boca.
Mi cuerpo un egoísta.
Puro chantaje, puro chantaje.
Esto es el show de la mañana, el show, esto es el show de la mañana, el show, esto es el show de la mañana, el show, esto es el show de la mañana, el show.
Este es el show de la mañana con Helio Piedra, Maffer y la bandida.
Este es el show de la mañana, el show.
Ya regresamos, mi gente linda, con el show de la mañana aquí en Tu Fiesta Radio, celebrando nuestra música, donde siempre te traemos la mejor energía para comenzar tu día, acompañada de noticias, concursos, temas de farándula y sobre todo la mejor y más variada música. Y también te traemos maravillosos invitados. Este es el señor Helio Piedra, Telma Cruz,
La bandida y Maffer.
te saludan y te dan las gracias por el cariño, la sintonía y la preferencia. Vamos ahora a regresar al inglés. En estos días hemos estado hablando un poquito de English, so we're gonna get back to it because we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, from our Hippodrome Theater family. And now we're gonna welcome you guys, as we like to do, you know, the audience zones. Let's pretend that we are in the Olympic Games. And we're gonna welcome two super talented and amazing guys that they are actors of a musical at Hippodrome Theater that is gonna be happening the next few days. Right now, they are during the rehearsal, and they are Emily and LUKAS.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Welcome.
Yes. How you guys doing this morning?
A little wet, but otherwise good.
Yeah, is it raining? We haven't been out. Is it raining
It's
outside?
raining.
Good to know. We didn't know that. Awesome. So, Emily and LUKAS, welcome to the morning show here at Tu Fiesta Radio, el show de la mañana, morning show. Me gusta como suena eso, you know. So, we are going to be talking about the musical that you guys are right now involved with the Hippodrome Theater. What is the name? What is the title of the musical?
We're working on a show called A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Okay.
It's the story of a young man in London at the turn of the century who learns that he is a disinherited member of a very wealthy family. And when his attempts to reconnect with them are denied rudely, he decides that he's going to slowly kill each of the members ahead of him in line of succession to become the Earl. He's going to kill them off so that he can be the Earl.
Wow.
But he does it in a funny way.
Yeah. It sounds like a dark story. It is a dark story, but it's a very silly musical.
Okay.
And all of the people that he kills are all played by one man, David Patrick Ford, who spends most of the show frantically changing his clothes backstage.
That is awesome. I understand that obviously Emily has some interaction because there is a love triangle.
There's a love triangle, yes.
Do you remember any of the dialogue or the conversation, anything that we can enjoy here really quick? Emily is laughing.
I don't know.
We could do when we first meet one another.
We know how well that went yesterday.
Yes. Okay.
Well, but we don't know the place, so we would love to, just a little something just to VIP experience here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So is that okay with you? Yeah.
We can try.
All right.
Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So this is when our characters first meet one another, and they are love interests. And at least for my character, it's love at first sight. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Miss Dicewith, I presume.
You are?
Monty. Mr. Navarro. But please do call me Monty.
My brother tells me you're a cousin.
Yes. My mother was a Dicewith. My mother was Isabel Dicewith Navarro.
Isabel, forgive me, but I don't recall ever hearing about her.
Shall I tell you why?
I wish you would.
Well, my mother married my father, who was considered unsuitable. She married for love rather than for money or for property.
They cut her off?
Without a shilling. And that's
what we got. We're still in rehearsals.
I've got to make sure I get all the
Very
words.
good.
Cliffhanger. You gotta come see it if you want to know what happens
I
after that.
love
You
it.
guys, the accent gets me. How do you guys do it so good?
We had an accent coach come
Coach,
in
yeah.
and just talk to us about the different kinds of accents that there are in England, and then how to make it fit our characters based off how wealthy they are, or where they grew up, and things like that. We've really formulated those accents.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
It's so cool how for you to be able to get inside a character. You need to know the background, all of these details. It's so awesome. People are texting me, look, wow, they are amazing. Yes. So if they are amazing, let's just put it right there. When is this musical happening? When is this musical?
We open next weekend. We have 2 previews on Wednesday and Thursday, and then a proper opening on Friday next week. And then we are running
Through July
10th, 9th.
Oh, wow.
June 2nd to July 9th are
June 2nd to July
9th.
9th.
So you've got about a month to
About a
come and
month.
check it out.
Yes, that.
We're gonna be promoting that big time, and we actually wanna go. I understand that we got an invitation yesterday, chicas. Yesterday, Gabi from the Hippodrome
Yeah.
said we would love to have Tu Fiesta
Great.
Radio there. I think we got our tickets.
We'll
Great.
be looking for you.
I will love it,
It's a
right?
small space. We'll find you.
How did you guys deal now that you mentioned that? Because I went to see a play, something that they were playing a few months ago. And of course, we have the actors in here. So whenever I came there, I don't think they recognized me, but of course, I recognized them. You know what I mean? So I was trying not to make eye contacts or anything, but there are moments on the play where they just stare at the people who are watching, and we kind of like did eye contact, but I totally forgot that we were on a plane. And I was like, trying to be like hi, and the person was literally just staring at me because he was such in character. He was like just looking at it. How did you guys deal with that, like being on character, and then if you have someone looking at you, or maybe you recognize us if we go see you, how do you deal with it? Like, do you get nervous? Do you just keep in your mind like, okay, I gotta be in character, even though I know the person, I'm not gonna be like, hi, I'm being in character.
Right.
Well, for me, I'm really good at shutting that part of my brain down, and unless something really crazy is happening, I won't see
You'll get
you.
distracted.
My brain just like, that's just a black space there. I
Yeah.
don't see that, or I see what theater, what the world of the play might be in front of me is what I'll see. That being said, in this play, I do have a lot more moments because I'm the narrator of the play, and I talk directly to the audience a lot throughout the play. I will actually, well, I guess I'll find out if I'm going to actually look at specific people while I'm talking, or if I'm just going to look between people, so I'm not making eye contact with people, or I'm going to imagine people are there. I don't know.
Definitely.
But I'm really good at not seeing things I'm not supposed to be seeing when I'm doing
Wonderful.
the play. Even if it's something that's happening on the stage next to me that my character is not supposed to see, I'm really good at completely being oblivious to it.
I love it. It's kind of like modeling. I was listening to some models the other day, and they literally asked the same question, like, how do you do it when you come to the runway and you have your family or members or the designer in front of you, and they're like, I just plan my mind, I'm just looking at one point, and everybody could be there, but I'm very good like just surprising them. So
That is awesome. Here at the audience, they are asking, what is the name of the musical again, if you don't mind?
It's called A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
A Gentleman's Guide to Love and to Murder. Awesome.
Exacto.
Rolls right off the tongue.
And I am curious.
La guía de un hombre
para amar y matar.
Exacto, that's in Spanish.
En español. So I am curious. So there is a love triangle. Who is the third person?
The third person is a character called Sibella, who my character and Sibella, that's the oldest segment of the love triangle. We have already met. We're an established affair that's going on at the top of the play. And Emily and I, we don't meet until part of the way through the first act.
Then he's quite literally caught between us in the show. Yes.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is awesome. I wanna ask you guys because obviously, well, Lucas was mentioned before we came back on air that you are not from Gainesville.
Correct.
So talk to us about where you are from and how has been the experience of, coming here to Gator Nation, such a small college town,
Yeah.
the transition. Let's talk about that.
I grew up in a very small town in rural Pennsylvania in the woods. My family is still there, most of them. But now I live in New York City. And I got here the day before rehearsal started, and we've been rehearsing like crazy, and I have a lot to learn. So I haven't really gotten to get outside and enjoy Gainesville yet. I'm excited for getting the show open next week so that I have some free time to get outside and explore. I hear there's a river I should float down.
Yes.
Yes.
So many things to do around. I think you'll love it.
Yeah. Well, Emily mentioned that, she recently graduated, right, from UF.
Yes, I just graduated. Go Gators!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Absolutely, yes. And I always had this question for actors. Let me ask you, because I graduated from the National Conservatory of Arts in Cuba, and I've been surrounded by, actors, dancers, stuff like that. And we used to joke around with this joke. You see, actors sometimes in real life, they have this capability to put this inside and that gift that you have can get you out of trouble sometimes.
They're like
You're asking us to expose ourselves.
multiple personalities or something.
So, we used to talk about that with my actors' friends,
Right.
and I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? You were just pretending you were crying, so this like... I don't know if this ever happened to you guys in real life,
I heavily require a script. So I can do pretty well on a stage when someone tells me what to say and where to stand, but I am not much of an improviser.
Oh, I see.
So
I see.
I'm not going to be able to use my skills really to get out of situations.
Okay.
I reserve it for very special occasions. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't see the speed limit, and I just, I'm not from here. Those kinds of things.
That is funny. It's people might think like it's a silly topic, but let me tell you, it's very interesting. It's very interesting when you have friends that they are actors. Sometimes they are just normal and like that. You get pulled over and they become somebody else. Oh my God. It's like what? They have just that gift.
Right.
It's so awesome.
I feel like actors and they go hand to hand with comedy. There is a little bit of comedy behind every actor. You know what I mean on that, on being able to be multifaceted and play different characters. I was looking at a comedian the other day. He's a Spanish speaker, of course, but he was telling how he used that in his benefit whenever he wants to get out of trouble, or at least make himself be like, oh, you don't understand me or you don't get me. He's like, I'll put my Spanish accent very hard so that person gets frustrated and it gets me out. And he speaks English amazing. Like, if you hear him speaking English, he doesn't even have an accent. He was like, and I use it on my purpose whenever I want to get out. Like, oh, you don't get it. I play my strong Spanish accent. The person gets frustrated and I get out of that. And like, wow. That's so smart.
Yeah.
That is that is awesome. And now getting back to the musical, talking about this, obviously we heard an accent that you guys mentioned that you guys been training for and all of that. Yeah. And Mafa was mentioning comedy. There is a little bit of comedy within the musical, right?
Oh, loads.
Let's talk about that. What are those points of comedy and what is the purpose of the comedy within because when you hear the title, it sounds very, very, very heavy.
Yeah.
So what is the intention of bringing comedy into this musical?
I would think the comedy is more the point of the musical. It's very much a piece of escapism and a fun night out is really the idea behind the piece. It's not trying to be something that's so heavy. It just uses heavy material in a light way to enhance the absurdism and the hilarity. The higher the stakes of something, the funnier it can be. So if you go all the way to murdering people, but you're doing it in a funny way, it's going to be all the more funny because it's such a heightened.
Definitely. And if you think about it, a little bit of storytelling as well, because the character that you're playing, your mom, was left out of her heritage, and that's something that happened in real life. That's something that has happened to so many families.
Yeah.
I just read the other day that actually a person that everyone kind of know, Paris Hilton, she was left out of her grandparents' heritage because he wasn't agree with the way she was acting, when she was a teenager, and he was embarrassed of her, and he didn't want her to have her last name or have any of the money that he was leaving. So it's stuff that happened in real life as well. So it's storytelling as well.
True.
Yeah, I think rooting the characters and the truth of it makes the comedy that much funnier because they're real people, but because they can seem very over the top or dramatic, but having those things that ground them and make them real and relatable makes it that much funnier.
Definitely.
And let's mention, very important, that you guys are gonna be singing that night, right?
We are
You guys,
singing.
they
We're
are
gonna be
great
singing a lot.
singers. I'm not gonna make you sing, I promise. I know how hard it is to even talk during the morning,
Yes.
So singing is even harder than anything else that you're talking. So they are gonna be making you laugh. Probably, I don't know, dance, but I enjoy great singing. I think it's gonna be fabulous. So once again, let's share the
Great
title,
time.
day, time, all of that.
A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. We start performances next Wednesday. We open officially on Friday, and we will run Wednesdays to Sunday afternoon from then until July 9th.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So it's gonna be on the afternoon or evening
It'll
time?
be evenings from Wednesday through Saturday, and it'll also be Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. So, mi gente, una guía una guía de un señor para matar y amar, ¿verdad? Así mismo, a Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Así que you really want to enjoy, Hippodrome Theater is calling your name, baby. Let me tell you. Beginning June 2nd. No se lo pierda. Vamos a ir a
Make your
apoyar.
summer plans.
Exactly. Let's come and support our local theaters. That's very important. Our local arts. We just actually started talking with arts this morning. You know what? I am gonna read. Let me see if I can translate the phrase of the day at the very top of the hour.
Okay.
We talked
It
the
was
phrase of
very
the day,
artistic.
and it was very artistic. And what a coincidence that we are closing the morning show with you guys, which is such a privilege. Talking about
Some
the
actors.
musical.
Aw.
Some real actors, exactly, real actors. That's super exciting. So I'll read it in Spanish first because I know Emily also speaks Spanish. You see, Emily,
Poquito.
I didn't make you speak Spanish, Emily.
I thought I made it through.
So I'm gonna read it in Spanish first. La frase del día dice: el arte no es realidad, es una mentira que nos hace darnos cuenta de la realidad, al menos de una realidad que somos capaces de comprender. So, I'm gonna say, I'll try to translate that. It's a little complex. The art is not reality. It's a lie that makes you realize the reality, and instead, so at least of a reality that we are capable of understand or comprehend. So that's basically the phrase of the day, and we begin with arts and we're closing with arts.
Perfecto.
And real actors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, todo el mundo, everybody, to the Hippodrome Theater beginning June 2nd to A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. So you can have a great time with Emily and Lucas and the entire staff that I am sure is going to be wonderful. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming. Muchas gracias por
Thank
venir.
you.
I wish you much.
Eso.
We'll see you guys on the musical.
Yeah, we're gonna see you guys there. Y a ustedes que están en sintonía, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en este show
de la mañana. Bye bye.
La emisora que te hace vibrar.
Dale candela.